Right, so, hello. So, my name's Claire, and this channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. Sorry, I'm going to be like quite half asleep doing this, but sometimes that makes it better. So, like I said to you, and I could have brushed my hair, it's a bit straggly, but never mind. Oh, I love the rain, so it's starting to rain, so I think there could be a cleansing rain coming in this connection. So I'm not using this deck, but when I was grabbing the ones that I wanted to use for this, and everything I do is timeless, so um all being well, depending on what's said, and if they guide me that this is okay to go out now or if it's meant to go out later. um the main theme of this is I'm so scared to change. So yeah, I really do feel that this masculine is really afraid of change. And again, I feel, oh my god, look what's on the top of this. And what I was about to say before I show you this is, I think that's basically all the masculines. And if you're the divine feminine, I don't like shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you should understand that, because as long as you're sure it is your true divine masculine, I can't stop hiccuping now too. And when I hiccup or burp, I don't usually burp loud if you're new. It's always when I'm clearing energy, and I always clear energy stronger in a Scorpio moon. I think it's because I've got Pluto. I feel it's because I've got Pluto retrograde in Scorpio at the very potent 0 degrees, but also because I've got loads of Scorpio planets. I just looked at 144 as well. I'm terrified. So when I was showing that, I'm so scared. So look, I won't smile because it doesn't seem relevant. But yeah, I feel this masculine is up at night, can't sleep. Of course, is the synchronicity go with that, is that was me. Like, literally, like, Love Island's on about 9. I tend to usually watch, I mean, I'm going to give you a breakdown. I tend to usually watch it anywhere between sort of half 9 at least, or 10, because so that I can fast forward the adverts. I just don't like watching live TV in general. I've spoke about that before, that it's not wise. 222, love and balance and partnership, because of the weird shit that they can put in live programmings. But yeah, there's things in adverts all the time too, brainwashing us. But I just like to be able to rewind, fast forward it, whatever. Not rewind it, fast forward it. But yeah, I've not even went in my intro. So everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy, meaning that I'm always channeling, healing. I'm always holding space. It's one big prayer. Actually, now that I'm saying that, let's get a wee scripture. And what was I going to say? This is actually quite nice. It's quite calm with the rain on the window. I mean, who doesn't like that? But it's very warm. So again, I feel it's getting hot in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, it literally is getting hot in here. And it was a kind of a bit chilly. And I thought, oh, it's not so chilly I put the heating on, but it's really warm now. And I feel that is, I feel this is to do with the Kundalini energy between the connection that I'm about to pick up on. Free. So they've led me to 222 and free. Free is ascended masters, or whatever it means to you. So we've got, for the Lord God is our sun and our shield. He gives us grace and glory, and that's Psalm 84:11. I'm getting better at that because I think I was saying Pam before. Do you know what I mean? But the Lord your God, I'm dyslexic, guys, so give me a break. Do you know what I mean? And also, I didn't go to church, so the Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. And I can't even say this one. That's really cruel when you're dyslexic. Zephaniah. Anyway, moving on. Don't know what that sounds like, but and it's 17 free, so Paddy's Day could be relevant. My cousin's Paddy's Day. Every time, and now I'm being drawn to my other cousin. So that's a brother and a sister. So there could be something relevant here about a cousin or cousins, or a brother and a sister. That could be your brother, your sister, brother and sister, or it could be a brother and a sister that are supporting this connection. You could be one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like siblings supporting someone, or it could be a brother and a sister that are friends that aren't, like, that are karmic people. I don't know, but just with that drawing my attention in. Just totally open. I'm always just open to see what flows through. And like I said, I don't know how long this will be, so I always say that, and it always ends up being like about an hour and 15, 20 minutes. That seems to be what they like. So we'll just go with the flow. If I only get this one done today, it's fine. I'd already thought about it, right? I've done tonight's, so I need to watch it back, but I'll probably put that one out. If I don't, it's fine. I've done the other one. That one was really exciting, actually. It was like somebody's getting taken on a wee holiday bags. So whether you're going for a wee weekend away or a night away or, further afield, but it was definitely somebody's being taken away because I felt it was like a holiday vibe. And then, of course, it could just be because it's summer holidays and that, like, doing things out and about wherever you live. But it felt like a breakaway. And then all these cards came out about retreat, and it could have even been a honeymoon I was picking up on. And then I realised, oh my god, as it reaches 555 big changes, I could have actually been channeling something that's already happened. Because last night, Mediumship Monday, I'd said, I feel I'm going to hear from people I've worked with in the past that have done the twin flame therapy with me that are married. So again, it's so funny because like I've done that with enough people, but I've not done it with, and actually, come to think of it, I can actually think of someone I've done that with before that was actually already married to her twin, but then they were separated, and then after doing therapy with me, they actually got back together. I don't know what the current status is now. If you're lurking on here, let me know. You know who you are, or you might be like, "Is that me?" And then I can think of it. Yeah, I know quite. Like I said, I know quite a few twin flames that are either married, but the ones that like this one now that I'm seeing, they're married, but it's like that kind of thing where they were married, but they've only heard about twin flames through me, and it's not even it's like the women in the connections heard through me, and I've supported that person with like self-love, because and then it improves the connection. So it's like the answers come for why things were so difficult and why this person brings up all your trauma in such a big massive way. So again, I really have a lot of respect for the people that choose it that way, because as I've said before, I met my twin flame when I was really young, but obviously, like I can't even finish the story because we clearly weren't meant to even be an official couple. We were just meant to do it the way that we done it, which was just doing it all the time. Sorry, the sex jokes just can't stop coming out my mouth today because it's because it's Scorpio moon. So, but then hopefully the rest of the story is that we grow the fuck up, we have a conversation, and even at the very least, be friends. Do you want to be my friend again? Just address them through here because that's the only place you'll see what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm only joking. I'll telepathically talk to him because actually today is past it now, but this is a very me and mine have actually got extremely like rare. Have I picked one of these yet? I feel like I need to pick another one. Extremely rare conjunctions, where two planets meet up, which, like I've said before, it's obvious if you do astrology that we're twin flames, I feel. And obviously I don't know his exact time, but knowing the day he's born, I know enough to know like, whoa, it's really intense astrology. But intense is not bad, it's just intense when you know astrology, like basically, like, you know what I mean. It's like, that's why it's astro therapy. With my astrology knowledge, I can help anybody overcome things that are challenging. Like we've got opposite. The way we deal with conflict will be completely different, but if we meet in the middle, we can be a good team to help each other and to help other people. And I very much fucking suspect and know that that's what we're meant to be doing, but in divine time. No pressure. The Lord, I'm just helping people myself, The Lord is close at the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. Psalm 34:18. I mean, mine might be doing it like drunk on a night out, you know what I mean? Helping people in the street. That's what I used to do. If he's mirroring me, that is what he'll be doing. Come near to God and he will come to you. James 4:8. So again, that's interesting because my cousin's called James, the one whose birthday I mentioned. So that could be significant, the name James. So the 8th of, oh my god, the 8th of April again, that's crazy. So the 4th of August, the build up to the Lionsgate portal, but the 8th of April that's quite freaky. So I think that the 8th of April is significant to whoever's going to make sense of this and what I feel it's about, you know, unless in fact, I do know. I don't know. I don't know if she tunes in anymore. But it's kind of like I do know that is somebody's birthday, but it's like that was the new moon eclipse. So, and basically, what I was like, they woke me up, and I read it out in one of the other ones earlier actually. But it must be so important. I thought I don't want to know this, but it's because it's Scorpio moon. They were saying that there's been specific rituals that have been done on the root chakra, meaning it's affected. I think I just went cockeyed again. I really don't know what. Again, I haven't watched other ones back, so I'm probably going to see that up instead. But who cares? I'm tired anyway. But it's like I feel there's been root. We call it, you know, there's root work. You know, it's like somebody's done fuckery to your finances. So I do actually feel, although I very much suspect, I mean, that basically always is happening to feminines, especially me, because I'm out here in the public helping people. Um, but you see how I get, I mean, hopefully you can see how I get over it. It's like, it is annoying because they definitely do fuckery to stop me receiving my divine inheritance and just my abundance full stop, meaning what is my happiness too. Because my ultimate happiness is after coming into inner union and being in a place of peace for myself as my twin flame, right as it reached his birthday numbers all the way around, you know what I mean? Like, and actually, you know, it's kind of funny because I haven't watched the masculine counterpart half to the feminine video. I've published the feminine video, but I haven't watched the masculine one back because I actually said something really similar to what I just said there at 11:44, which was just basic. Yeah, it was just something really similar. So you'll see when I put it, because again, I'm just, they're just telling me that it's just, it was just quite raw. So I don't know, but I always say raw things in Scorpio moon, but sometimes they're so raw I don't actually put it out, and then I'll put it out later, or maybe I'm keeping stuff for the membership. So it might be, I wouldn't really like to do that because I think that'd be annoying. But hey, I might have to if I feel like that was too private. It wasn't like really, really big stuff. It was just very more honest than most people would be. But it was about my own stuff, and I was just being a realist as well. Um, what I'm saying is, if I'm like, nah, I don't want that out there. I don't want that out there. I will put that on the membership because I'm literally starting at least one level of the membership this week anyway. So yeah, so it'll either be you'll be able to see it in the list now, or it'll be I'll be putting that in the membership. So and that's what I mean by it's a space for us to just be a wee bit more, you know, bond a wee bit more and share a wee bit more privately. Although it's not massively private, you know what I mean? Because like the first level, I'll put it at something like reasonably affordable, because that's the whole point. Like, because you know, I've had a few people getting in touch of late, like whether it be people that you know that have been getting sessions with me for years on end, or people that have you know followed me for years. But I mean, I've had some people that have followed me for years, and you've literally never had a session, or you've maybe like had one, and then it's been like crazy amounts of time, like 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years for some people. So you know, if it's been that long, we need to be reacquainted all over again. But unfortunately, it would be you do have to book the regular session. There's no cutting corners there because again, that would be me being a soft touch, and I already do give a lot. But what I'm basically trying to say is, I know that a lot of people are, you know, your money isn't great and stuff. And again, and you know, that is a lot. I'm not going to say who isn't because that's generalizing. A lot of people are actually, you know, really good with their money, and that isn't an issue. That's not me. But I am, compared to what I used to be, I'm a lot better with my money than what I used to be. But I, you know, like I said, it's always something that it's not a strong point of mine. So I just have to create boundaries. It's like when you hear me saying, you know, I'm not buying another, like I'm not buying another Oracle deck, even if I really want it, until money's coming in. It just makes sense. And I only do that if, you know, after things have been paid in that. Like, so it's kind of, you know, because that is what brings me joy, and it is also bringing, you know, joy to you, or it's helping you as well. By the way, I really do feel like I'm going cockeyed. Like I'm so tired. I'm like, but again, when I talk about anything to do with the eyes, like if I itch my eye or because I keep going about eyes, I feel this could be this masculine's feeling a bit spaced out with the Kundalini stuff that I was picking up on, because there was a card in that deck that says Burning with Desire. And also it's the one that's on the top says manifesting the one, very soon your true love will arrive. So when I shuffle them, we'll see if that comes out again. Let's just do it. Wait a minute, I've been shuffling these for ages. I thought it was the same one again. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. And it's Psalm 121:7. The faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Lament, can I say that? 22:3. So, oh look, we've got the 17th of March and the 22nd of March. So, it's testing my memory. So let's shuffle. What's an overall message? Because I've got the tarot and like some tarot cards fell out. And, you know, I don't really like doing that because I like pulling them when I'm on. I just looked at 555 again, big changes. But that's what happened. So we'll see if they come out. So what's an overall message? So there's an overall message here. Oh, I told you things are going to be getting physical. I mean, they're all getting physical. Look, that's telling you, this is a Scorpio. Although, like, well, as far as I'm aware, I'm not channeling this for actual right now, Scorpio Moon. But, you know, it's getting hot in here. Remember, I did say it's getting hot in here. I might put that in the title. Forgiveness. Allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past, right? Right, this is what I mean. It is hard to get... I never fail to get amazed by this. Like I always say, if you're new, God is speaking through me, the guides are speaking through me, so they know what they're doing. But remember when I said about the washing away the pain of the past, the rain? And I also said it in a video earlier. Allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. I'm leaving that out for the title. That's blown me away. Love language, physical touch. So, you know, I don't know about you, but my love language is physical touch. And just to be it wouldn't be me if I wasn't my blunt humour. That's why I've said I'm surprised I'm alive. Like, seriously, if that is my love language and I've been deprived of physical touch in that way for quite some time, but from him for even a very, very long time, a tender touch means so much. You know, it's shit. And it's so basically, should I ever get a hold of him again, he better block off a lot of time in his fucking calendar. That's all I'm saying. Right, so healthy space, a room to breathe. Yes, and then I'll give him that. Oh, that was funny. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is. Do you know what's kind of funny though? Oh look, burning desire, flames of passion ignite. What's really interesting is only me and him would know this, but that's what he used to be like me. That's what he was like with me when we very first met, when we were teenagers. Literally could not get enough of me. Like, you know, and I'm not going to go into describing all of that, but it's just kind of like, again, it's not that kind of channel, but what I mean is it's like, even like I would be kind of like, right, I'm going to sleep, and then he'd be like, no, you're not going to sleep, and I don't even mean like that. I just mean like we would just be kissing and like, you know, we were like that, you know what I mean? Honest communication, expect a heart-to-heart conversation. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like I'm in the energy that he was in when we first. It's so funny. Self-love, love yourself first, yeah, and then you know. So it's. So whatever's all came out there, I can't generate. I can't do the look holiday shit. I was going to say that again. That's what it felt like. The one I done there, so both, there's a theme today. There's a collective theme today going on holidays. Maybe it is because it is the summer, but enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. So when I just said that about, yeah, I do feel that this is like, you know, it's people that are going to be needing to have really deep and meaningful conversations. Guided steps to great love. Wait a minute, guided steps to great love. Follow the path of ascension. And I feel it's like, you know, it's more than just kind of meeting up with you. That, like, I feel this is people are wanting to be going to get away to have that time together. So, to talk and other things, obviously. Somebody knows you're single and they don't want you out there single for long. Should have said that in a shorts or something recently, or in the other video. So they're coming in for a new beginning. So basically, it made me laugh when we fell out because I knew what they were saying. It's like, the feminine's out here single. You could have been for a very long time. I bet it's not as long as me though. I will. That's what I mean about sometimes when I've caught other people that are, great on this journey, but they'll be like, yeah, when I was like, a few years ago when I was with my karmic, and I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? Like that's and sometimes I've caught people saying that sort of as if like, we've all been there, and it's kind of like meaning like with a few different people, but like that's not my story. So that's what I mean about not putting everybody in the same box, because although yes, I did have a karmic romantic partner, it was when I was very young, and it was, before I met my twin flame, and then it was kind of like, my twin flame was in my life and the karmic partner was still in my life, but not like that. Like I wasn't like going between two guys kind of thing, do you know what I'm saying? But it was like someone was toying with my emotions from afar, and I just kind of don't really want to go too deep into that because I've said it before if you can find it, but I leave it alone kind of thing. But yeah, I feel that because whether you're like me and you've been single like forever, or like maybe you have been with someone and then you've become recently single, whatever the deal is, like this feminine single and this masculine's like coming in for a new beginning, because it's like it's maybe like this feminine sort of glow up or something, is the trendy thing to say, but it's kind of like all that feminine needs is another pentacle, and they've got so say it's like it's kind of like for me, the equivalent of that for where I'm at is like I'm in self love, like that card said, loving myself first. It's like everything's in place, and it's like build it and they will come. Like I know that I've already been attracting some of you guys that are just completely in alignment. It's like, and that's why I'm trying to basically, you know what I mean? I feel the membership hopefully is going to be an option for some of you that money isn't great right now, because it will have the first tier, and then it will have the tiers for people that want to invest a little bit more, and then the sessions for the one-to-one work. And but like I always have to stress, have you seen how many different things I do? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I have in the past, like, and I still could, I do get people trying to gaslight me about that, and like kind of act daft, like, people don't like, again, like, and I'm not talking about, it's fine if people are new, but if people have literally like been on the radar like even a couple of years, or like since the pandemic, like the last sort of 4 years, or whenever, it's, but even like it's in the description box, like I do a lot of different things, and even doing one of these things would be a lot of money, so it doesn't take a genius to work out these aren't, they're not, it's not going to be, it's not going to be a cheap session. But like I've said before, if I was still kicking about in some of the Facebook business groups I worked in, they would think that that was really cheap. Like, again, think about it, London prices and that. And like I've said before, like, I still keep that hypnosis session at the 144 price, because I feel it's like, it's still an investment for people, but it gives you, at least you can come and have that one-to-one time with me. And like I've said, I'm not going to promise I would do that for everyone, but if I had extra time, and if I had it to give, I'll give it. But I have to be, it's with the moon in Scorpio, and it's, it was conjunct my Saturn at some point today. It's not now. Well, it kind of is still. It's like I have to kind of stress that about the boundaries, right? Because it's like I've worked very hard to be good at my boundaries around money. And one of the things that really annoys me, and it's like, okay, no, again, seriously, like, no offense to anyone in particular, because I've had at least, I've had a few people in the last couple of weeks kind of say the same thing generally. And one of the things that really bugs me is when people say, like, kind of act daft, is what we call it in Scotland. And it's kind of like, oh, I don't know how much, something around, I don't know how much this is, or how much, just anything like that. I'm just kind of like, it's all there. Like, what I mean? It's all there on the schedule. You click on it, you find it. Like, I don't mind kind of innocent questions, but when it's things like, it's basically there's the sessions are there, and it's got the description, and that's what they are. So again, I just have to be quite strict about saying that, just to generally for everyone, because I am very close with a lot of people that come to me regularly, or and even like people that haven't booked sessions with me in ages. I know that you can feel very close to me because I'm doing this, but it is just important to stress that as well, that like this is my business. Like, I'm not just mucking about, chucking about a few cards. And I know the majority of you do really respect that. Like, when I was on the Zoom with one of the male viewers, like, again, I, I think every time I talk about him, when you're watching it, I think I'm just always going to want to burst out crying. Like, put it this way, I wish I felt that level of gratitude that I feel from that male viewer every time I was on a Zoom. And most of the time I do, to be honest. I'd say like really much all the time. But even though I can feel it in the moment with some people, then, like I've said before, some people can just completely go off the radar and not come back. But I don't, although it can, I can worry and I can be like, where's that person went? People always come back when they're ready to, you know what I mean? Like people go quite, and that's like loads of people over the years. And I'm always just like, oh yeah, like when I see people sort of coming back, it's nice. But what I'm basically saying is, um, yeah, I think they do just want me to say that. Like, please don't put me in the situation where it's like, basically it sometimes feels like people are trying to cut corners. It's kind of like as well, like, if you need to speak to me in a hurry, like, basically, like, I have been wondering about that, about having like an emergency session, you know what I mean? Like, I've not felt the need to do that because I just haven't, but that is what everybody else has. Like, if you needed to speak to the person in a hurry, especially or if it was on a weekend or something, you add an extra certain amount to what the session is. Whereas in the past, I've never done that. Like, I just make myself available, and that's kind of, I think that kind of stuff actually has to stop because it's not fair on me. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it is a small business, and when my business actually isn't making a lot of money because all the fucking shite the day that comes my way, I can't really do that. So I'm just sort of saying that, if you like, I love everybody that I work with in that, but it's just, it's basically, the long and short of it is, if you need a general session with me, like, and I'm talking about, you might just see it as, oh, we're sitting having a nice wee chinwag, a chat. Remember, you've got to know that with the nature of me being a hypnotherapist, NLP coach, it's not an NLP coach, but basically I'm a transformational coach. So it's like I've got a weave in NLP, and I'm always dropping in very informal, like, encouragement, like, that you can't even notice half the time, to tell you can do it. It's a lot going on in my brain, especially when I've got dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, blah, blah, it's a lot going on for me and to be properly listening to somebody, and, as a counsellor, although I don't deem my sessions a counselling or a therapy session when it's just one session, although some of you feel like it is, it's not to me, because unless I'm working with you at the same time every week after week, that's not therapy, because that's being in a proper, psychological process with a counsellor. It's a lot of work is what I'm saying. Like, I truly do listen to you more than most people you could ever meet, actually, more than most counsellors, because that Pluto, where it is in my chart, is what sets me apart, you know what I mean, from other astrologers, the way that I can tune in because I weave all the things, other counsellors because of the way that I tune in, and you know what I mean, I can like dive deep down into your soul. Some people love it, some people are terrified of it. So it's a lot, and it's a lot to be going on there, so it's like I said, I'm very present, and also when I'm channeling, it's, you see how much energy it is. Like, some sessions it's mostly I've spoke, but my voice is healing, so it's always like I've said. It's quite funny because one of you hadn't heard me say that before, but I usually say I could sit and reel off what I've had for my tea the last 5 nights, right? What I ate for my dinner, whatever you call it, what you eat at night, and it would be healing you. It really doesn't matter what I'm saying, but it just makes it more interesting to be telling, a twin flame story of mine, or if I see a vision of like, oh, this reminds you of a client, keep it anonymous, and then it would, because it's always got something to do with the person. Like I said, when I spoke with one of you last week, you wouldn't believe the mind-blowing synchronicities, like, that one of you was saying, and it was like answering questions that I've had about my own journey. So that's what it's like, never a dull moment, and that happens quite a lot. But also that's, I can help people with how, your guides are working with your own like unique clairs and stuff. And because sometimes the person doesn't notice, and you see, there you go, that is my spiritual gifts coaching and all that coming in, spiritual coaching, whatever you want to call it, the mentoring. So yeah, basically I'm just getting across that it's like, it's basically it's a crystal clear clarity session. That is the session that, if you've already had any kind of video call with me, and if it was long before Zoom, you've had that, that's the session that you need to book. And especially if it's been ages, because when some people are, I've had a few people lately that have come to me that you haven't had a session in absolutely ages, and it's obviously, even people that haven't spoke to me for like 6 months to a year, it's going to be that one. So it's definitely going to be that if it's been years. So just to cover that, I'm just answering people's questions generally. Like, I'll get back to your email too, and I don't always get back. Like, I just got back to emails today, but I generally don't reply to emails on the weekend. So from Friday night till like Tuesday morning, that's really normal that I won't reply to you because I'm having my weekend myself. Sometimes I will if I'm guided, but I try to stick to that. But I'm just answering some of the questions that have come to light, as a, just to, and then like I said, but if you've identified as something that hypnosis would help with, or if you need to release a past, then that one that's called the train journey is really good for that too. And even if you've done that before, by the way, because if you've done it before, but you want to have that time with me, and you maybe can't quite afford the 222, as long as it's not taking the piss, to be blunt, and you need a bit of time with me, but it's not going to take forever in a day, it's not like more extensive work, then I can do some other kind of visualization, meditation in that time. But the difference is like my normal sessions a lot of the time it is just me sitting like this, cross-legged on the couch, listening to you, holding space, which takes energy, and my guides are always clearing, doing something. Like I said, I'm listening, being very present, which you have to be, if you think about it, you have to be in a good space, which is why, you know, as a counsellor or a healer, you can't, I don't know about you, but I don't work, if I was unwell, which I haven't been for 4 years, the whole time of the pandemic, which is quite interesting. I've been burnt out before, but like I said, I don't get ill. Sometimes it's felt like I've had a cold before, and it always turns out to be hay fever. Apart from that one, it was, I think around this time last year, I thought it was hay fever, but it was actually a really, really heavy cold. But it passed after a couple of days, and that more felt like Ascension flu. But yeah, apart from that, I've been like the best health I've ever been in my life. But it's because they knew what was coming to the planet, and that loads of other people would be ill, and I needed to be my health. But the point is, what I'm getting at is the work that I do isn't like other people's work. Like, I have to be really present because I truly do listen to you when I'm on a Zoom with you. I truly do listen when I'm on the live stream and I'm coaching people and helping them over the live stream. Like, I don't ever see that on live stream. Like, to be honest with you, I'm struggling to, I don't see that. I don't know about you, but I actually don't see people that do that. Like, I literally coach people over the live stream in public. That's brave. I know people that will do it in private, on the private membership and on Patreon and stuff like that, but I've not seen anybody doing that. Like, not any Twinflame. So, pat myself on the back for that. But it's kind of like I'm quite brave like that. And it just kind of happens randomly. So, but yeah, look, I just take a leap of faith. But it's because, again, this ain't my first paper round. So it reminds me of something that's one of the helpful things from all these business groups. Like, when it's kind of like, oh, why is that person so much money for like half an hour? Why is that person so much money by the hour? Because that person, whether that be me or anybody else sticking up for other people, this is very Capricorn full moon, this chat, has learned to teach you a combination of the skills that's taken that person 20, 30, 15, 10 years, 5 years to learn in an hour. That's why. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, not that anybody has asked me that, but this is why I say, like, you know what I mean? I just wouldn't. Like, if I was I would, like, and I think that's probably why somebody hasn't. But it's when I come across people that I want to work with, and I'm like, I really want to work with them, and I go and look, and it's like, shit, that's out of my budget right now. Like I said the other day, I think, but this person's shit hot at what they do. I trust them, and I know they're going to help me because I've lurked them enough to see that, or I'm engaged in their community. It really depends what we're talking about here. I'm going to invest. That's how I am, and that's how I'm trying to instill that in some of you. I don't put the pressure of me not having money on the person that's helping everybody for free. And again, I see it all the time and it makes me cringe, like I see grown ass women and men like moaning on live streams or wherever, wherever on the internet, or I've seen it in the past, like, talking about their money problems to the person that is helping everybody for free, that for all they've got a fucking money problem, especially people that have had their monetization taken away. So do you know what I'm saying? Don't be that person. And this is sorry, this is making me laugh because it's, anyway, this must be something to do with the feminines going through this, or the masculine, for all of this to be coming through. But interesting. Anyway, this King of Swords, this King of Swords, this Divine Masculine's coming forward with the truth. They're putting the mind games behind them. Again, unfortunately, I do feel this is a masculine that played mind games with you if you're the feminine, because they were surrounded by people that played mind games with them. They're coming in to give you karmic justice, and they're coming out hermit mode. So they literally all fell. So it'll be interesting if they fall again. I just saw the Queen of Cups in a bit. Yeah, look, they're coming in quick. Like, this King of Wands is coming in quick to bring about balance. That's a twin flame card to their star. So let's put them all the right way. Yeah, they've been watching. Page of Swords. That can also be gossip too, though. Look, they've been watching in heartbreak, and they're not only planning, they're making moves towards you. There's been lies, though. This keeps coming out continuously. There's been lies that have actually kept this masculine up at night, and that's the truth. I like how they're making me turn the cards around. Right, let's put them back before. Again, because I'm not, like I've said before, if you're new here, I would say, like, please don't ever call me a tarot reader. Well, to my face anyway. Like, I'm not a tarot reader. No disrespect. Like, there's some amazing tarot readers. Like I said, like, your person. that's my secret little your person guy. He's not my person, but he's my person that I like to watch, like you like to watch me. One of many, but he's one of my favourites. And it's just the way he says your person. Your person's being a dick. He doesn't say that, but maybe your person has been a dick for me to say that. So maybe you've been a dick. So we're all capable of being a dick. Don't be a dick. Do you know what I mean? So where is this feminine at? Seeing as we're using the tarot. So in the past, where is this feminine at? So basically all I was going to say there is oracles I prefer oracle over tarot. I have to be in the mood for tarot because, well, I don't know. I used to say I just don't feel it flows as well with tarot. But sometimes it really does because they just make the words come out of my mouth. But I just read tarot my way. Tower, right. So in the past there was a huge tower moment that had you a bit of a hanged man, but taught you a valuable lesson if you're the feminine. So again, yeah, oh my god, well, that's quite a fucking story. I feel you were like I feel this feminine, like, you know, you could have met your twin young or something, but you know, in a time when you were out and about celebrating, partying with friends, maybe even overindulging, although that's usually reversed, but whatever. Like I said, I just say anything for the card, but because they do just say it through me, but I feel you had to walk away. Like, you had to walk away from party time with your twin flame, I feel. And it could have been because of some kind of betrayal. So again, I feel that could, like, I feel that could really fit for most twin flames. But it's like, I feel this masculine must have kind of like, it's like, well, I was about to say done the dirty on you. So again, maybe you know, this might be for a twin flame pairing that you were actually a couple, and yeah, maybe somebody has done the dirty on you. I don't know, but if it's not that you're an official couple, it's like I feel this person put an abrupt stop to like a situationship or something like that, or you did, because you know that was a woman walking away on the Eight of Cups card. So I feel. Wait a minute, I just want to ask, did this feminine put a stop to that because the masculine wasn't given, like, you know, any more than sex? Yeah, look, I feel that's the case. Six of Pentacles, it's like, that's about equal give and take. I feel this is the feminine wanted more. And you were, you know, and that, but actually I feel they're saying that's like the masculine was left in sadness and regret. Because like that's quite interesting that would be quite good for the thumbnail. Yeah, they want to. So in the past, right, this masculine. So in I feel the feminine was like sad to cut it off, but I feel you had to be like, look, you're not giving me more. I want more. And I don't, whether you actually said that or not. I think you said something like that, and then it went sour. And this masculine actually could have went in a deep place of sadness and regret that they could have actually felt abandoned by you. You know, because although you might have felt that they're going to understand that it didn't mean that you didn't like them. It meant that you fucking love them and you want more of them than what they're giving you. But there could have been miscommunication around that. You know, when people don't talk about their feelings, shit happens like this. I've had enough conversations with twin flames to know. And there's definitely going to be confusion. Well, there's definitely confusion and misunderstandings that's went on with me and mine over all the years as well, 100%. But like I said, from the way that I was, I just don't. I do and I don't. I don't like to overthink it too much because I just feel like everything's happened the way it's meant to happen, like literally every single thing. And I just want to have the conversation about where it is now and, so we can move forward and just balance the scales kind of thing. But anyway, whatever it is for your situation, that I feel this masculine was saddened and they do want to make it. So that was in the past. They were sad by that. What else? Where was that masculine in the past towards the feminine? Yeah, they felt like they lost the world. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like you meant a lot to this masculine, but they weren't willing to put in the hard work. Again, this is what I mean. It's so funny. Like, although some of this is specific, it feels like a bit of a coaching video too, because it's like, I mean, it always is. I've called it twin flame therapy, but it's twin flame coaching as well. It's like that was definitely about business, money stuff coming through, because it is a Capricorn full moon, so it does make sense, that stuff's coming through. Because again, I've had my own experience with a spiritual business now for like nearly 10 years, right? And specifically with twin flames and all that. And like I said, I have, like I'd said on the other video, if I might link that below because it was a very strong channeling, but like I said on that one a few days ago, or just before the weekend, I've invested so much money that I basically, I didn't really have a lot of money, but whatever money I had, like I remember there was a business group I invested in 8 years ago this year, and at the time of investing in it, I think it was £25. And I didn't really have £25 to spare, to be honest. Or it might have been more. It might have been like 36 or something. And then I think I got a discount. I think because I still pay it now. It's like, but I literally never use it. So I'm one of those people that is like, which by the way, that's not really funny because I've spoken about that before. That's been a bit of my North Node in the 8th house research, which has cost money. But it's kind of like, yeah, that whole like, I'll monitor that with people too. So I really don't like that about modern society, that you can have subscription groups and people just leave them and they're not even using it. But whenever anybody's, basically I monitor it when people were in my membership for it. Might be a bit harder when it's like YouTube, but I'll get people to help me and stuff. But if there's enough, if there's basically if there's a lot of people and it's overwhelming me, I'll get more people to help me. I've always saw creating a team of people, and I've spoke to loads of yous where it's coming together. It's the new earth kind of thing, right? There'll be enough money coming in that I can actually give one of you's money to help me to do that. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, but we're not quite there yet, guys. You know what I mean? Calm down. But oh, and by the way, Spanner people, when we're on the lives, if you are on the live chat and you don't mind, if you could help encourage people to like and comment, that would be amazing. You don't need to, but it's that's appreciated because it does make a difference. Because yeah, like I said, hardly anyone likes the fucking video. Thank you if you're one of the few people that does like the video, but yeah, it's it's hardly anyone, and it's just a thing across the board with YouTube, but not everyone's channels. You know what I mean? I've followed people where they weren't getting a lot of likes, and they've encouraged their community to like, and now they get like shitloads of likes as soon as they're live or doing the videos and that. So can you have my back a wee bit? Do you know what I mean? With that, like that's why I said the other day, I thought, fuck's sake, have I just got fucking haters following me or something? Just people watching what I'm doing, being nosy. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's not the case. So if you could just like the video, it does make a difference. And let's see if we could get the day one of these pre-recorded videos gets 10 likes, I will be celebrating, I tell you, because I can barely even get that. You know what I mean? When it's a day where it's like, if it goes up to like 6, 7 likes, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Because it's always sitting at an average of like 5 and 4, and it's always like 5 and 4 and 6 likes, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? 6 is a good day. It's just annoying when I'm putting so much effort in. That's why it's sometimes like, why am I doing all this shit? If people can't even thank it by liking the video. And I'm just showing you, I'm showing you my shadow, because it is honest. If you think about it, it's what I'm saying is it's true enough. So come on, pop my back a wee bit. Right, so right over. Sorry, I did say sorry, not sorry, the moon is conjunct my Saturn. And now you know why my twin stayed away so long, because that's where, yeah, that's where we've got a bit of a conjunction going on. He sees me as like I don't know, the one that's like trying to get him to grow up, and I'm seeing him as the one that's like party, party, party. I mean, that's pretty accurate, to be honest. But I like to party too. I just probably don't like to party as much as him. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't like to as much anymore. I really couldn't tell you. Now we're just somebody that you used to know, hangman. So that was quite a funny thing. But this divine, I feel like I've been talking forever. So this divine masculine's like pausing for a different perspective. That's what they've got, and this is the past energy. Give us one more for the past. How did this masculine feel about this feminine? Yeah, I'm getting that they felt a bit immature, you know what I mean? And it's like quite secretive with their feelings. They hid a lot of secrets, and you know, I feel this person did want to plan to, you know, this person did want to plan to have more of you in the future. I feel this is a classic case of like somebody had a lot of love and care for you. As I feel that the lovers, but they were also very confused about what is this connection. So again, this is quite interesting, because although there will be specifics in that really feels quite general to a lot of people I've spoke to, including like my own situation. You know, it's kind of like, right, I know it's something, but what is this? Right, so because even I had that's what I felt before 14 years ago. You know, when I had the activation. So that was in the past. Let's go to these cards let's just get some past life energy for the feminine from these cards. Ooh, I don't see this one very often. Lovemaker. What's she doing to her boobs? She's like pushing her boobs in your face. So, lovemaker, love, give, receive, be. So in the past, again, I think that, you know, this is a past life, and in the past, I really do feel this was about a lot of fun was had with. So again, I feel this is like a twin flame pair where it was like, you knew your connection was different, because it was like, it wasn't just, you know, flinging your bodies about drunk kind of thing. It was like very tantric, kind of very in the moment. Oh, you can tell it's a Scorpio moon, but that's what I'm getting. The lovemaker. So maybe this feminine knew what she was doing. Or if you're a male, you knew what you were doing. So, the masculine in the past. Wow, powerful cards. Alchemist, change, refract, infuse, transmute. Yeah, like, look, I know what I'm talking about here, because they're talking through me. These twins were like tantric twins, you know, and all twins are, but I feel it's like, if this is in the past, it was like that, and that's how you knew this connection was different. And I can almost feel like both the energy of these twins are thinking, so it's like she's thinking, is he like this with everyone? And then thinking, yeah, he's probably like that with everyone, you know. And then he's thinking, is she like that with everyone? Yeah, she's probably like that with everyone. But I don't think you were. I think it was something, look, shapeshifter. I think you're both, because like, so basically in the past, that masculine was an alchemist. So, you know, you could have been like an Atlantis high priest stuff. Well, that must be that with me saying that. And I have got the Atlantis cards. And you were able to alchemize like very dark situations into light. As something comes up about, oh God, that's so interesting. I don't think the song's gone off, but it was yeah, it was just something about like, yeah, it was something related. So again, it's stuff for my own stuff, and it's an actual thing. Shit, is that thing? So, but it was related to that, transmuting negative energy. I feel both these twins. You still are, but in the past, you're a bit of a shapeshifter, like ruffle, seize, bewilder, shake. But what I mean is, it's like with one another, you were really in the moment, but with other people, you know, you put on a mask to other people. So again, I think that could still fit for a lot of twins, but I am strongly being told that like the way that you were with each other, let's just shuffle, the way that you were with each other in that way, you both weren't like that with other people. It doesn't mean that you didn't have a good time in bed, whatever with it, but it could have been like, yeah, that you know, it was nowhere near like whatever it was you were with each other. Is that right? tested. Yeah, I feel like that's what the test has been. That I'm just feeling this, like it's because it's Scorpio moon, it's so strong that like what I'm feeling is it's like, yeah, both people, it's so mirroring. It's like nobody ever came close to what you had with each other. Tested just came out again. Getting to know each other. Tell us something about when I'm talking about the sexual connection. I might need to shuffle the sexual tarot, but that might tell us to. That's fucking unbelievable. 3 times in a row I've shuffled and tested. It's because I wasn't reading the rest of the card. All right, okay, that's creepy, isn't it? But it's quite funny. Your strengths and weaknesses are being tested. So because I shuffled and it came out 3 times and they were like, "Take the card, bitch." I feel wow. I feel there's been 3 specific. So there could have been like 3 specific karmic partners on the masculine side, I would presume, or amongst the two. But there's something like that. But like this is the thing and this is what I'll break down is if there's been 3 specific karmic energies for a masculine. So say it's like a couple are romantic, and then another one is like a karmic friend or a karmic family member or something, then it could be on a feminine side that like one of them is romantic, one of them is family, one of them is friends, or 2 of them are friends and one is that, you know what I mean? It doesn't always need to be the exact same mirror like that from what I've noticed, but whatever it is, I feel like, yeah, there was, but I was asking about the bond that you had, and particularly in bed. But I mean, I'm not going to ask too much about that. But it's like, look, honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, heart to heart conversations. So I feel whatever this connection was, on top of it being a very sexual connection, it was like you were able to like bond and talk with one another, whatever in the wee moments. Again, so they're making me lean into what me and mine were like in the wee moments in the morning. I would imagine. Like there wasn't a whole load of talking that went on with me and him when I took him back to mine. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but in the morning we did cherish your relationship. Like we did talk to each other and we bond and we tell each other things. And look, commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. And there was some sort of you might not have even been a couple, but you had a bond. And again, that's very much the case with me. Mine, only me and mine know that we were close. We were close in our own way. And some people would have realised that, and some people maybe didn't. And it really doesn't matter. But look, confident. So again, I feel because I held over here, I feel this masculine was like had a lot of confidence in the past that I don't feel that they've got now, because it was I let my pride get in the way of our connection. Ah, shit, right, no, like could be overconfident. You know what I mean? Like cocky kind of bravado energy to cover up stuff. Right. Tell us a wee bit about this, because it's Scorpio moon and because they're going on about it. What? That's just basically the gist, right? They're telling me to shuffle them again because the tested card came out 3 times, but they really wanted to stress that it was a test. You've been strongly tested to see whether both people would recognise that you're not going to get that depth of connection. It's very Plutonian, it's very Scorpion, actually. Like I know there's parts in my chart that basically talk about, it's so interesting, I've spoken about this before, right, because it's in Gemini season, there's placements in my chart that says, and this is why astrology is so on point, but for some things you need to know the rest of the chart for it to make sense, because it makes no sense for me. Like some of my Gemini placements will say that this person needs variety, and that could be somebody that needs to hook up with loads of different people. And I know some people that have got those Gemini placements that is how it's been for them, or it still is. But for me, because of where it is within the Scorpio, it's like I need that spice up your life variety with the same person that I'm in union with, like as in our souls are bonded, and that I'm feeling at one with, like basically a twin flame, which is why I'm a good twin flame healer. But it's not so good when you're deprived of the physical, the touch, and every other kind of fucking part of them. You know what I mean? Apart from the telepathic energetic connection, which again you'll only understand when you're on a private Zoom with me. But yeah, look at what I'm saying. That like, yeah, that me and mine have got like we're spiritually connected in that way, and we have been like for a very long time. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like he's, yeah, it's, I always say it's like he's sitting on the couch with me, like energetically. It is creepy when like, but it's creepy cool. Um, and that's because because I've just, yeah, been in this state for a while. So again, it's like, you know, that's why it'll be quite strange for me to be actually having an adult grown up conversation with that actual person. Challenges and tests. How weird is that when I'm talking about how strong the telepathy is with mine? Close soul connections are harmoniously synchronized, creating moments of telepathy. Yeah. And again, I'm not just saying that. You know, all twin flames have telepathy, but I've been on, you know, Zoom calls with other, you know, twin flame people, and they're gobsmacked at how, you know, you can literally see it. Something just fell, but I don't know what it was. They just pulled me at the Pluto box so when I said that, and it's because of our Plutonian connection. But it's also, we have got another part that it's I know why we're more telepathic than most. And if you join the membership, I'll be able to tell you. Right, so yeah, so again, it's like, I really do feel it's 10 of Cups. That's what I'm saying, like this is the ultimate happiness. So whatever it was, the kind of connection that you had with this person in the past, it was very, you just made each other really, really happy. So it might not have been like a conventional relationship or something, but again, I do feel this masculine had, yeah, it's like they had kind of fantasies about that. And this is when they come back, like the Two of Swords. Right, so let's go into the present, and I'm going to stick with this tarot. So where's this feminine at presently? And again, they do keep making me go into my own connection, because like I said, it feels like I'm picking up on a very Plutonian connection. So right, so the feminine, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So you could be like very guarded, right? And, you know, not holding back, but like just standing back, waiting to see what's about to happen here. And what else for the feminine presently? Yeah, because like you've come into balance with yourself. Like the yin yang symbol, twin flames contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves. Like you've come into balance with yourself. You've done the work. And you could even be currently focused on healing family issues, your love life benefits, you forgive your parents. And if it's not specifically that, but remember it is Cancer season, so that's going to make sense for a lot of people. I always feel that's about releasing limiting beliefs. And what's this? Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honour, protection, support. And I feel it's like that's what's missing. You're waiting for your masculine to come in and protect you. Like literally that's a feminine that's like, I'm waiting to see what they do. Like I feel this is a feminine that's given it, you've given enough, and you know that it's time for them to balance the scales. And this masculine knows that too, I get a feeling about. So currently, where's this masculine at towards this feminine? Yeah, that's what I pulled with other cards. Now these cards are weird, but look, Nine of Pentacles. Like this masculine is single. So again, this is definitely picking up on if that's not the case, or this is when it happens. But it's like this masculine's single, but remember that means they're mirroring the feminine, because I pulled the Nine of Pentacles. Like, so both these people are single and got their set sight on each other. King of Wands, yeah. It's like this person's feeling the passion, and this is the one I was talking about, the heater. Was it the last one? No, I think it was this one, eh? Yeah, and it's like they want to come in with some kind of small offer at first, I feel. And they want to put the confusion and the illusions behind, you know, anything that's like caused confusion in this connection. And again, this is like, look at this picture. I love the imagery in some of these. I mean, some of them are pretty funny, but like, look, he's like nestled in her bosom, and that's very Cancer, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't mean like that, but I mean it's like, it looks like he's getting comfort. You know, that guy could even be quite upset, and it's like somebody's needing like a hug. well, we've fallen out of the Scorpio moon and we've fallen into Cancer season a bit early because we're in Gemini right now. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, you know, this masculine's hoping that their luck is changing, and they're hoping for a victory. So that's where this masculine's at, because look, they've been in a lot of challenges, and I think one of the biggest challenges beyond any of the karmic drama, because there will be that, is like, look, see that wee couple getting it on, like this masculine again. I knew they'd do that. They're showing me Harden from after, and when he keeps waking up having nightmares about Tessa getting it on. Well, you know, the neighbour that she took, not the neighbour. Oh my god, that could be something like that. Could be something though. It's not the neighbour, it's the waiter. I meant to say, but maybe for whoever this is, like maybe the masculine's like worried about like some kind of neighbour, like a friend that's a neighbour or something, or that'll just be for like somebody specific. But it's a waiter in the program that she's literally just met once, but because she takes his number, and then he also finds the number, but you know, it's because they were playing mind games with each other, because there's been a lot of mind games in this, because he makes Tessa think that he's chatting this girl up that he knows, but then it turns out she's a lesbian. So you know, it's just playing mind games, and it's a risky game to play. So where are we at? Right, so basically this masculine's hoping for a victory. My stomach. I think my stomach's like, we need your snack. It's time for Love Island and a snack. Inner Union. God, I'm in a total like trance more than usual. But the thing is, it's because I'm going to sleep amazing because I've exercised. Hopefully, I hope that's not famous last words. Basically, you'll be watching this tomorrow, so I'll put in the comments if I slept well. I'm praying for us all to sleep well. Where did I get to? That was presently. So what karmic lessons are the feminine learning right now, if any? What's the feminine needing to release? And we'll see. Soul contract. The lessons I've learned from us will never be forgotten. So yeah, that's what it feels like again. Like this feels like, and this is a weird one tonight, because there's specifics, and definitely specifics for Plutonian connections is what I would say. So particularly if you resonate as being a Plutonian connection, I feel you could resonate with quite a lot of this, because I know that they're using bits and bobs of mine to read it. So it's kind of like but that's why the yin yang card came out. Like, this is a feminine that's really came in inner union, and you know. But I do, you know. Look, we've got broken. I feel shattered about this situations on the bottom. So I really do feel that there is something that has been painful. I can tell that you both have that. I'm now going into the masculine energy. I don't think that the two of you can let this go properly without a conversation. That's what it feels like. Something's happened here, and it's different things for all the different sets of twins. And whether this was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever, it's different for different people. So what have we got here? What's a karmic lesson that the masculine needs to release? Time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action, and I feel look what's on the back. And again, it's on it's on the bottom of the deck. That's the hidden stuff, right? So the feminine's got, I feel shattered about this situation and broken, and the masculine's got third party. So again, unfortunately, this masculine at some point, either still now or in the past, could have been hiding a third party, or it's been, elusive, like. But I'm sure I did say something like that, or something like that. And it is Scorpio moon, that's when secrets come out. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. So for not everyone, that doesn't always need to be romantic, right? That can be like, interfering, family, friends, work. Somebody could be overworking, but that could be like a karmic energy, romantic that comes in the way. But it feels like the karmic lesson this masculine needs to release is third parties, any third party interference in this connection, because we're asking about the union, and you need to release thinking it's too late, because Anybody that you're reminiscing a miss or inside jokes. Now that's, you know, that's why again they were making me talk about me mine. That is, you know, the connection that I had with me, my twin flame, we were never an official couple, but we did spend a hell of a lot of time together, collectively over a lot of years, in, you know, very intimate way. And we did have inside jokes and wee stories, and I feel like, you know, if it's been a long time and you're still thinking about somebody like that, you know, and especially, look, there we go, I felt this damage. We're both hurting from this. That's the stuff that needs to be let go of here. Like, it doesn't matter how much time's went past, because we've got the time, now we've got reminiscing. So this could have even been something that literally happened like over 10 years ago. Or it could be something that happened like a couple of years ago, but it's, this masculine's never got over it. That's basically what this masculine's higher self is saying. So that's why the karmic, like look, some kind of mistake. I feel this masculine feels it was a mistake to walk away from this feminine. And possibly a few times. Like, it feels like this masculine's had a couple of opportunities to come back into this feminine's life and they bottled it. Like, there's no other way to say it. I wish I could right my wrongs. Like, is that, what else do you want to tell us? Like, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, look, hope. And it's on the bottom again. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. This masculine's fear kept stopping them. I haven't given up on us yet. But now, currently, this masculine's like, I'm not giving up on this. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten, soul contract. But it's not in a kind of like, you know, they're never going to leave you alone if you want them to leave you alone. I feel this masculine would leave you alone if you genuinely were like, look, I'm never going to forget either, but, you know, I can't forget this and I think we should just be friends. They would be absolutely devastated. And I'm going to, now this is funny because I always feel like my twin talks through this deck. But it's like, so I'm definitely going to feel his energy with this deck. But it's kind of like, this masculine would be devastated because they're not your friend. Okay, I don't need to explain that one. They're not your friend. This masculine reminisces about that with you and in general, and but they wouldn't. Yeah, they would respect your wishes, but that's not. It doesn't tend to be that. You don't need to worry masculines because it doesn't tend to be the case. If you're true twin flames, the feminine wants you just as much as you want them, but they also want you being equal and matching their energy. But masculines know that. So what else do you need to know? What was I asking here? What else? So yeah, the masculine answered. They want sex with you, and I've been talking about sex a lot in this because I do in a Scorpio moon. I just want you all the time. Like, and again, that's made me cringe now that I just mentioned that this is like my twin talking, but it is, you know, like, because it's like, I'm not gonna lie, he's not just like that with me. Do you know what I mean? He's a fucking Scorpio. That's what they're like. But yeah, the connection that we've got with all the rest, the telepathy and everything, it is intense, you know. But he's got that Scorpio. He's definitely got that Scorpio thing going on. He fucking knows it. But so have I, because I've got Pluto conjunct my Scorpio rising. So I'll see your Scorpio sun and I'll rise it. And I'm going cockeyed again. So let's just hurry this up. So what's the shadow work that this feminine still needs to do, if any? Because this feminine feels like you've done a lot of the work. Oh, what's that card? Reveal. I want to tell you the truth. Isn't that interesting? Because I've put the rest of that deck down there and that one was away, but that makes sense. The shadow work, you know, I feel this is what I said earlier in one of the videos. I feel this feminine, you've held back your truth in the past because I feel you felt like you could take more of the bullets than the masculine is the way I'm hearing it, like as in energetically, emotionally, you felt more robust than this masculine. So I felt you've taken up the brunt of the pain. I mean, and that, the thing is, that doesn't only mean like, you know, you've held back your truth because you don't want to hurt their feelings. It feels like on top of the pain that they have caused you in their unawakened state, you've also, yeah, that's just what it is. Like, so you've got the pain of how they've treated you with third parties. And the thing is, it's not treating you like that. It's the fucking shitty lessons that we need to learn in the twin flame journey. But again, you know, that's what I meant earlier when I said that, you know, I've had past memories coming up and it's just like, why the fuck am I thinking about that? But it's because like I said, I have to talk about this so that our people know it. It's like the shitty stuff coming up from the past, because cancer season is the past and we're approaching cancer season. But it's because it's a solstice in a couple of days. It's like, you know, memories from the past coming up to be released. And it is things like, unfortunately, like when he's done things trying to get my attention that have really upset me. You know what I mean? And like that's even, you can see that's actually quite uncomfortable and hard for me to say on here. And believe me, not a newsflash to him, because he was trying to trigger me. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't like to see it as he was trying to upset me, but he was trying to get my attention. But it's just, when you're on the receiving end of that, you're like, why do you want to hurt me that much? Like, when I've never ever wanted to hurt you like that. You know what I mean? That was my mentality and one of the memories I'm thinking of. And it's I'm not going to actually say what it is, because it's not actually that bad, and I'm not kind of gaslighting myself. It was disrespectful, but it's a hazy one when you're not a couple. But I think it's because it's like something wasn't closed out properly. It wasn't really. It just, you know, we never had a closure conversation, because that's the way it's meant to happen with twins. And then it was just something was a bit insensitive, like kind of. It's like something I heard one of the American people I watched say, like playing in your face, like it was like rubbing it in your face kind of thing. And it was like, is there any need for that? And he didn't do that a lot. Well, probably because I didn't put myself in the position to see it. And again, I'm going to shut up now, because I can't, like, this is when I don't want to put them out. So, but it's just true. So again, that's what I mean about maybe even just saying it like that, because I'm saying it in a classy way, I feel, but it's things like that, you know what I mean? It's just let it go, let it come up, and if you feel like you need to talk about it, like that really hurt when you done that, then, you know, just get it out, things like that. Because mine will be thinking, I wonder what has I done. Like, but we're so telepathic that it'd be quite funny if he's watching this and it's like he starts to think, shit, I bet it was, I just reached all the ones here. Well, I think it was already on all the ones, alignment. But anyway. So what's this? Did I pull a card yet? Oh yeah, it was this. Yeah, you need to reveal your truth. That's the card. What is the masculine shadow work? What we need for the masculine shadow work? Surrender to what is. And I feel it's about control. Like, you can't control what happens next. Flow with what is, and that's what's come out in today's other video. Oh well, that won't be today's, and depending on where and when I put this out, that won't be the same day. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. And that's the shadow work. Like, that really makes sense why I just said that. This masculine has to surrender. You have to surrender your full power. If this is resonating for you and you're the masculine, your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. You were settling for options which would have upset your feminine, like I've just described that's what happened to me. I didn't, he didn't do that to me. He just made choices for his life, and it hurt me because I still liked them. So, some would say it's tough shit, but it wasn't quite unrequited love. Do you know what I'm saying? It was an unfinished business situation, because I did pull that card in the one earlier. But it's yeah, this masculine was playing it small with people that you could have a lot of fun with, but could keep it sort of shallow and not take it too deep. And they wouldn't get too close. Because when this masculine got so close to the feminine, that terrified them. And that's why they were like, I'm not doing that again. Shit, I got so close to falling in love. But what it is it's like this masculine had already fallen in love. I wouldn't be surprised if the card comes out and says, I'm absolutely in love with you. If it does, I'll be like, oh my god, because look how many cards there are. I still don't have all the answers. So again, it's like, look, I'm ready. So I feel that's that masculine. That's the shadow work for that masculine, is like, I have to surrender to what is. So you'll know if this is you, because it'll resonate. You're like, I don't know if this person's going to accept me back after the different scenarios that I've hurt them, you know, from my actions. So again, I'm being very counsellor about this. I'm specifically not saying the things I've done to hurt them, because the masculine doesn't do it to hurt you. They do it to get your attention, which is arguably doing it to hurt you, right? But it's, you get what I'm saying. My stomach's agreeing with me. It's like rumbling. Solar plexus. So I just want space. They just wanted space because it was too intense. And they weren't ready. They weren't ready, and I cut it. I actually cut it at wrongful advice there, and I'm too afraid to talk. Maybe they got this. I feel this masculine, so it could be more recently, but it could be ages ago. This masculine got bad advice, which has been coming through a lot this week. And this is timeless, but you know, as I'm filming it on the 18th of June, this masculine got bad advice about the deep feelings for you if you're the feminine. You make my heart feel, and it's the same. That's the 10 of Cups again. And when you take away all the crap and people's advice, you meant the world to them. You matter. But it was in reverse. They made you feel like you didn't matter, and they pushed you away. When look, I could be your hero, baby. They wanted to come in and be your hero, but they were too scared. I'm terrified. And there we go. I knew it was going to come up. I'm absolutely in love with you because I could feel it. Because like I said, my twins helping me give this message. And especially this one. Because there's my twins. Passionate, you know, just, you know, passionate connection. Like, I left because you told me to. So there could have been something quite specific. Like, and again, that could be like about when a feminine's been like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I want more. But they could interpret that as they're rejecting me, they don't want me, fuck them, I'm moving on. You know? It's, people make things mean different things. What would help inner union right now? So this is what would help, it's not where they are. So I'll ask where the person is, and then I'll ask, wait a minute, where is the feminine right now? Path of least resistance, choose ease and grace. The feminine is, I don't know what that means. The feminine is choosing the new earth, and you know, to just go with the flow. And the Lionsgate portal is going to be very significant this year. I usually hold some sort of group healing. Well, I didn't obviously the last couple of years, but I usually do something. So look out for that. If I'm doing it, which I'm sure I will be. Unless I choose to just have that for myself. But so yeah, and what would help inner union? Well, that's a curveball. I need to clarify that, but it's going to make sense to, you know, even if it's going to make sense to one person watching. What does that mean? Oh, right. That's so fucking hilarious. I'm like, why? What the hell does that mean? Like, it was a... So, bear with me on this, right? The way in which they talked to me, I pulled false twin flame, intense change, but I pulled it in reverse, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, but they're saying this masculine, oh, it's because it's Plutonian and karmic. This masculine has danced, so I say this all the time about Scorpio connections. This masculine danced so close to the line of karmic that I feel if you didn't have such a strong telepathic connection with them, you could have thought, like, holy fuck, is this like a false twin flame or something? But I feel if you're the feminine, basically if you're a feminine that's like me, you knew. It doesn't matter how dark your twins went. You're like, wow, that's pretty fucking dark, so and so, but you're still my twin flame. Do you know what I mean? And it's not through denial of you not. It's just you just know, because when you know, you know. Like, there's just, honestly, once you've had that twin flame activation, there's just no doubt in your fucking mind. Like, there's never been a doubt in my fucking mind, because he's been energetically right fucking beside me since the day he physically left. when the activation shot out of his eyes, like, you know, the light came out of his eyes. And again, I can go deeper with that, but I'm going to keep that for my book. I've not, yeah, I've told some of you privately, like, exactly what I heard clairaudiently, but it's like, you know, it was just very intense. And he was actually being like very lovey-dovey, which he wasn't really. He was, again, he was always really lovely to me. And that's what was so difficult, actually, when we stopped being like nice to each other and just like ignored each other. It was like I wasn't ever used to that. I mean, he might have been like that with other people. Like, in fact, I'm more than sure that he probably was, although he's a really friendly guy. But he was never like cold and not friendly to me. Like, he was always just all over me in a good way. Do you know what I mean? He was just like Claire Daft. It was like some of even his friends would say, like, you know, he's Claire Daft. And I was blank daft. And people, that drove people crazy because they didn't have the same. But yeah, anyway, you receive all the cosmic downloads and you know, because and then it's like, look, and then that's, you know, that's where you're at if you're the feminine. And that's what would help inner union, is basically keep receiving all the downloads, because you know that no matter what turbulent times you and your twin go through, because oh yeah, we got the tested card 3 times. So there's a lot of spiritual warfare in this wave of twins that I'm picking up on. And although all the details might not be specific to your journey, a lot could resonate, because I know it's resonating. Well, again, I'm using a lot of my journey to read this. So where is this masculine at right now? Makes sense. Let go of expectations. I am enough. And it's I always get drawn to the butterfly. It's on the chain. So this masculine's, you know, I feel in the process of releasing a lot of codependent connections, whether some of them are romantic or any other areas of their life, but things that have held them back from transforming into a butterfly. And I'm sure I've been drawn to butterflies. I don't know if that was in the other one or in this one. But yeah, they're being guided to follow all the signs. They're seeing all the signs that are leading them to this union. And what would help with inner union, because that is where the masculine is at. Look, karmic purge, mirror reflections, like basically doing that deep shadow work in the Scorpio moon period, which is ending. Wait a minute, I think it might be tomorrow. What day's today? Yeah. So we're in Scorpio moon until 5:30 UK time on the Wednesday. So yeah, look, and that's so amazing. That's what I said. But again, like I said, full disclosure, it's because I mean my twin flames higher self has always helped me do this, but really, like really, I mean, yeah, he's just really strongly all around me, but it's like scarily strong because of. So when I said that about, you know, fucking hell, I mean, it's, if that's weird for me and it's weird for you watching, imagine how weird that must be for my actual twins. Like, what? How am I fucking sitting here? Anyway, but receiving cosmic intelligence, like, look, I said that. Both these twins, you receive the same downloads. Expanding consciousness. And so this masculine, you're both receiving the exact same downloads. Seeing the same signs, seeing the same synchronicities. Like, basically, this masculine's on par with you, feminine. They've caught up. Right, so, and right, this masculine wants to say to their feminine, new beginnings. I'm ready to start again. I've realised what I was missing in my life, and that is you. This new love has given me a fresh perspective and a change to am. And I feel, like I said, I've said this a few times today. It's a new love coming back with a person from the past. There is no going back, only forward. When I met you, after that, I never looked back. I want to have a fresh start with you. But think about what I've just been saying. This person never got over you. We've saw that in the cards. Like, they never got over you, basically. And they've always thought that you were theirs. You're mine. Absolutely hilarious, because it's a Scorpio moon. Very Scorpio thing to say. 50 Shades of Grey. The after films. Any Scorpio placement. Absolutely. I mean, but the thing is, it's like, this is when you know your twin flames, because I am my twin flames, and he is mine. But I'm not saying, I mean, that makes me cringe when I say that, but it's like, not in a toxic way. I mean, if he doesn't want to be with me, that's fine. Look, I've been fucking dealing with this for all this fucking time, do you know what I mean? But if, you know, when I'm actually with someone that wants me as much as I want them, I am theirs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm alright with that. Some people aren't. Like, you don't want to be like, but it's because of my Scorpio placements. I don't want anything but that. Like, why do you think I love these films? You know what I mean? Like, I love 50 Shades of Grey and the After films are right up there with my absolute favourites. And remember, I only saw After for the first time this year, you know, when one of my best pals suggested it. I love that intensity. It's really all or nothing, and my life has been a testament to that. I'm sure that's something biblical that I'm saying right now, but it's like I want that or nothing. So it's like I had that deep connection with him, and we weren't even a couple. Yeah, I wanted that, but he wasn't ready. And it's like I've basically been in service, devoted myself to God because he wasn't fucking interested. He was away fucking running away, fucking chasing birds and shit. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I've had guys that have tried to chase me and be with me and stuff when I was out and about, going about all the time. But it's just like what I read with those cards, like, do you know what I mean? Nothing to write home about. Like, people might have wanted me, but I didn't really want them. So, we're meant for each other. There's no one else in the world who could ever replace you. We were made to be together. We're destined, and I'm yours, and you're mine only. We've done this before. We'll do it again. And you basically made an agreement. Your soul's made an agreement that, you know, the masculine. Somebody said that to me once, and a person read it in a really beautiful way that I've never forgot. And it was like, yeah, that our souls had agreed that he would wake up a long time after me, and that I would, yeah, and that I would wait for him. And my soul must have knew that. You know, it's not like I've done that because somebody said that in a reading. Although, by the way, I've had variations of people say that, but it's true. This feminine wants to say to the masculine, I miss you so much, my heart hurts. This is two people that have never gotten over each other. This is I'm just going to be honest, this is when I sometimes think when I'm observing, I would hate it if I had a boyfriend or a husband that had this kind of connection with somebody. Like, that's why it's like, I either want to be in an intense connection where somebody feels like that about me, or I want to be myself forever. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Stop over drinking, get a good night's sleep, and know I'm right by your side energetically. So that's for all the masculines that aren't sleeping very well. The happiest times in my life are my memories with you. Separation's so hard, it's making us stronger for union. We're invincible and unstoppable together. Wow. And then after, I say this all the time, when it probably every Scorpio moon, but that reminds me of when Tessa says to Hardin, oh my god, there's something in my eye. That just actually really fucking hurt though. I don't know why that feels like an eyelash or something. But remember, things to do with eyes are like, that really caught me off guard. So I feel, basically that's I think that's some kind of, oh my god, the masculine can suddenly see, because that actually really hurt. Yeah, I think I'm chatting that really hurt. When this masculine could finally see what you were, they're really hurting. It's that, I think, again, a bit of an annoying way for me to be told that, but that I think it is an eyelash or a bit of hair or something. I'll look in a minute because I'm going to finish this, but it's like, yeah, she says we're inevitable. So this is something that could have taken a very, very long time, like lifetimes, but a long time in this lifetime. But you're made for each other. And that's why I love the After films, because it's like, it's a bit of a shit show, you know, when they're needing to let each other go because they don't want to let each other go. And you don't even want them, you know what I mean? You just want them to be together and work it out. But you know, if you're a twin flame, especially if you're like, what I'm going to say is, if you're in the healthy part of being a twin flame, where you truly 100% understand what codependency means. Because I truly do believe in past years, before I was always talking about that, I mean, that's what's really like, this is really honest, but I think I have said it before, but I've had that Doreen Virtue, like that romance deck, right, for, I mean, like, guys, I'm shite with time, right? I always just say 10 years, and sometimes it's been like 14 years when I'm saying 10 years and stuff. But basically, that romance deck, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner. You see what I mean about like that's I've cut the that was the exact right part. Like they knew that's you knew like basically I feel both of you knew that you were each other's person on some level. But I think you both felt it was like too good to be true. You begin to feel your heartbeat faster when you're close. Because look, that's a married couple. Like so you've been married in past lives. Um, that's why you felt that comfort with them. But it's like, yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is there's a codependency card in that deck. But I actually think, like, I've had that deck for, like I said, like seriously, I have had that deck for more than 15 years. I must have. Like basically whenever it came out, that's how long I've had it. And I don't really even think I fully knew what that meant. But it's at the bottom of the deck, it has got addictions are affecting your love life. So, you can work it out from the words underneath. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm being totally honest. Because if I hadn't known what that was, I wouldn't have been in some of the friendships that I had. And I'm sure that goes for all the yous as well. And I definitely would have been assessing some of the family dynamics. And because, like I say all the time, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'll always be saying, like, it's definitely whenever it's anything to do with the kids. If I'm like, if I'm like, I'm the first one to be like, look, let them get on with it. It's their kids kind of thing. Do you know what I mean about my nieces or whatever? If my mum was saying something or my dad or something, because it's like that's what I think a lot of people don't even realize is like that's codependency. So many people so again for me to say that because it's all everyone deals with things like this. And I really do feel although sometimes wouldn't be welcome. I think overall, I think my family, all of my family, like, would actually agree that, me having the courage to sort of say that, it wasn't causing trouble. It was trying to help people. You know what I mean? That it's like, it can damage relationships if people are too involved. And again, I'm not gonna lie, like, my family is really close. And, it's the same with my grandma and dad, because they're pulling me a picture of my grandma and granddad. My grandma and granddad were like that, you know what I mean? The way my dad grew up, like, he said that if you were out to play with the neighbours, that sometimes my grandma and her best pal would shout over the hall, like, right, I've got such and such and such and such, who have you got? And then they'd shut the door as long as they knew they were safe, you know what I mean? Hopefully they're talking about a weekend and not a weeknight. But that's what I'm saying. It was a very close-knit kind of community. And some people's places are like that. But although I've actually really kind of envied that, really, because, like, I grew up in, like, big Georgian sort of houses, like, for most of my, and it was quite, I had friends growing up in the neighbourhood and that, but they were big, cold, quite, like, houses, and I was just be like, I just like wee cozy sort of houses and that. Like, even the flat I live in now is quite, I mean, I love this flat, but it's kind of like, whenever I've had, like, I had the tiniest little triangle flat, like, oh god, how many years ago is that now? That's actually about, what age am I? 40. That's like 12 years ago or something, maybe even 14 years ago. Yeah. But anyway, this tiny, tiny wee flat, you could swing a cat in it, but, like, I fucking loved it because the bathroom was a tiny wee triangle, but it had a bath in it, had a toilet, had a sink, it was all squashed together, but it was great. And then it had a tiny wee living room beside a tiny wee kitchen, and then the bedroom was enough for a double bed, and it was just amazing. You know what I mean? And I really, although it was a bit like being in a boat, I'm not gonna lie. It was in Leaf Walk, and it was like going over to one side. That was weird. When I first moved in, I was like, "What the fuck?" It was like you were dizzy. It felt like you were drunk with it. But I got used to it. And it was a cool wee flat. Um, my twin flame actually never got there, because that's the famous story that I've told about when I was hyperventilating, crying down the phone to him one night when I was very drunk, and he actually didn't hang up on me. He stayed on the phone. I don't know what the fuck I said to him, but I was crying about something that was upset me at the time, and he was listening to me. So that was I mean, that was a good sign that he was. I mean, that was obviously an obvious sign that he was my twin flame, because I don't know whether he would have done that for anyone else. I really don't know. Maybe he would, because it's me. So if that's the other half of my soul, maybe he would. But maybe he wouldn't. But it's all I know is, like I said, although I don't remember what I said, I remember the feeling of calm that he gave me was like nothing I'd ever felt in my life. And that's totally describing a twin flame. And like, it was just very grounding, because I was like totally hyperventilating, really, it was something really upsetting. Oh god. Right, okay, so I've wet in that sleepy vibe. So what have we got for what possible soul retrieval does this feminine need? I don't know, this is quite an interesting deck to use for that. But Gordon never fails. You have the power to make yourself better. Wow. So basically, if you're resonating with this, like, what I'm getting from that is the way that I do my soul retrievals, and really, I would say the way that any shaman does. Although, like I said, the way that I do soul retrieval, I mix in all the different modalities that I do. So, I have got my very own method to it, and like I said, a lot of it is just through conversation, which is why actually that brings me back round to what I was saying about I haven't just got a session where, like, oh, it's just like, again, because that there was somebody I followed years ago. They called their sessions vent sessions, and then I've noticed other people got, and I think somebody must have copied somebody at some point, and then they'll get whatever. But I don't. I've not been guided to do something like that, because I suppose it's because I don't trust myself. But I suppose I wouldn't completely rule it out if it was like something that was like something that you needed to just get something off your chest in like 20 minutes. I think realistically 30 minutes. But I don't think I don't think, basically, I don't trust myself. I'd be on the call for ages, and then it wouldn't, you know what I mean? So, but basically what I'm saying is, it's like, because I'm always, the nature of how I'm always healing and transmuting the energy, um, yeah, my full blown sessions, although I've got access to all the different things that I can do, a lot of the time it is just me sitting listening, because I'm in that Empress energy. And but trust me, you're going to get everything that you need, because that is the way that I do my soul retrieval. I'm helping you gather back the parts of your soul by the bits that you're bringing up. Because anybody that's been on a session with me, again, if they're not shy, they'll back it up in the comments. But I'm not going to hold my breath for that, because people don't comment a lot. Thank you if you do, but I'm not forcing anyone. But people say it on the lives all the time. If you're new, so you'll see that basically, like, it's almost instantly, as soon as I do the clearing, and sometimes before, people are like, wow, I can't believe I'm saying that. But it's because I feel it's to do with my Pluto energy, but just my, like I said, it's my frequency in general puts you straight into your subconscious mind, which is really, pretty full on, because when people are talking to you in their day-to-day experience, they're coming from their conscious mind. You're aware of what you're saying. Well, that's debatable, actually. In counselor language, I would say that, like, most of the time people aren't aware of what you're saying, and that's why it's good to go to a counsellor, because the counsellor will be like, do you know that you just said this? And then that's when the client could be like, I didn't say that. And it's like, you did just say that, and because a lot of time people are just talking shit, like, it's like, where you're saying things you don't even realise what you're saying. But when you slow down, basically what I'm saying is, your subconscious mind can't lie. And so that's what happens with people with me on a session. Like, I realised that quite early on in when I started doing one-to-one calls, that and obviously in person I noticed it the whole time, but it was particularly when it was like working with a lot of strangers, over all, for nearly 10 years, like, noticing this, it was like people go instantly into that part of the brain. So it's powerful, and real change can take place. And again, that doesn't just happen with anyone. And that's before I've even, basically, I'm not just saying this again, and this is what I mean, like, this literally happened last week with one of yous too. I didn't even try. And basically, if I basically, you watching that was in hypnosis, because that man, one of you, even said usually I can't remember exactly what you said, but it was something a lot, because I'm not saying anything that's really personal, but it's like, you know, usually I can't go in that deep. Like, you know, basically it was like I could have fallen asleep there. And I didn't do it for very long. It wasn't even 5 minutes. So that's kind of like what happens to Charlotte. But again, that's because of trust. And I know that that guy I'm talking about, like, he does really, you know, like, that's why I always nearly feel like crying, because that is one of the male viewers that really trusts me. Because they've watched and got to know me over the years. I can't remember how long. I think maybe it's a few years anyway, isn't it now? But it's like, you know, it's long enough that that person has got a trust. And that was also the same person that said, you know, thanks for having patience with me about when it was the right time to do this. And, you know, because I have got a lot of patience, I've got 6 retrograde. But anyway, I feel this is about, if you're a feminine, you have the power to make yourself better, but you're only going to be able to get that soul retrieval for what you need when you open up and you talk about it, and then the shaman can recognize what it is you need. And if you're anything like me, I talk long enough and then I'm like, oh, that's what I need. And then that's what I mean. Like when I go to another shaman, which I do in person when I'm guided to, because again, I feel I will do that again fairly soon. But again, I don't tell people when I do it, because then that's giving the fucking haters the ammo that they need. But when I've been before, it's just the exact same process. You know, people work in different ways, but actually that person works very differently. It's all really just very silent. Like I'll just word vomit for however long, which I let people do too. And then the rest of it is silent healing, you know, which I can do too when people are in person if they want that. But it's just the way that I choose to work, is it's the person word vomits. It'll seem like I'm word vomit, but I'm channeling it back at people and clearing the energy and then stopping to listen. You know, it is all a lot of work. And it's like, you know, if you were in person, you would be quiet and you'd go to sleep, and I would be like pulling bits out of your aura. But it's, I don't need to do that on Zoom, you know. Like my guides worked out ages ago that, and again, it is just yeah, it's to do with the healing frequency. Like I said, it's where I've got myself to, and it's like within my voice, it's unique to my frequency. So happiness is freedom from fear. So yeah, there's some kind of soul retrieval needed that is personal to you, because that's what I got from that first card. And you're only going to know if you talk about someone you trust, and then it'll be the person that's holding space for you will be like, ah, I noticed you said this and this, you know, does that resonate? And then be like, yeah, that sounds good. And like I said, if you're fully empowered, you could be like, I know how to. It's not about knowing how to, because like I can journey for myself, right? And I often do when I go to another shaman. But sometimes it's really quite nice. Like with the last, you know, when I went to, I think was it last year or this year? I can't even fucking remember. I think it was, actually it was, that's why it's nearly time again, because it was about 6 months ago. And I just know when it's that, you know, it was basically, it was, although I'm fully empowered, and that person was even like, whoa, like, by the way, they don't know that I'm called Crystal Clear Visions. So I told her after, but that person was like, your third eye, it was just like, whoosh, like total crystal clear vision. She actually said that, and I was laughing. But she was like, there was no, you know, there was no blocks at your third eye. Like you're like, that was, yeah. She was like, the light was blinding kind of thing. It was something like that. It's like, wow. Like I wasn't surprised, because that's true. That's why I can do that for other people. But there ain't nothing blocking my third eye. They fucking try to, but they can't. And that's why I can help, you know, open other people's third eye in quite a massive way when that one's sitting there. Third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. Like it's not uncommon that when people have went on my awaken, amplify, and thingy your clairs, can't even, awaken, amplify, and activate your clairs. I think it's activate, awaken, and amplify your clairs. People's clairs have been blasted open just from coming to it once. And it was meant to be like psychic school, like you come in again and again. But some people only needed to come once. So that's how powerful, like it can happen through these videos too. So this masculine needs a soul retrieval. For happiness is freedom from fear, the same thing. Again, I think I think there's a fear about being happy and actually allowing yourself to have what you want. Spirit healers and helpers are with you, and I feel that's about meeting your guides in a shamanic journey. And look, it's going to end on 144 again, isn't it? What do we need to know about the future? Holiday, fuck, it's holiday again. Enjoy a change of scenery, spice up your love life. Aye, there's a wee holiday going on for whoever this is, so you can get to know each other again. Someone can get their physical love language met. A tender touch means so much. twin flame recognition, because the veil's been lifted. Your twin flame sees who you are. If they didn't see who you were, if they were confused, they're not confused now. You know this soul that mirrors your own, and they want you because you're theirs. We already saw that, and the New Earth message is magic. Magic, look out for the 31st of July, could be significant. I'm sure that's actually an anniversary of mine, but anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, book a personal session. I love that it's ended at 144 again. This was a magical one. I feel it's going to resonate with quite a lot of us, especially if you've got heavy Scorpio, but let me know. See you later.